Welcome. Today is March 23rd, 2023. Fucking dick. All right, you couldn't wait.
No.
You could. All right.
It's all about timing.
This is episode number 15. We have the usual suspects. I'm Johnny Zero, and Trainer McCoy joins us, hailing from Oshawa, Ontario. Welcome to the Punk Rock Dadcast. We are not exclusive to dads, moms, or those who can or cannot procreate or choose not to. We are just two dads who love punk. We're here to talk about punk. Local, unlocal, old, new, large and small, no rules, no holds barred. Being a punk show, listener discretion is fucking advised. Thank you for wasting your time with us. Questions, comments, want to start a fan club, want to make us stickers, a shrine to our excellence, email us at punkrockdadcast@gmail.com. And also visit us at
punkrockdadcast.com.
We may or may not get back to you. Today we have Mr. Matt McCoy, a.k.a. Handsome Matt, a.k.a. Blondie, a.k.a. Shagadelics 5000. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I like to make up just nicknames about people right on the spot, and they pretty much are all the same.
And did you mention it was episode 16?
It's 15.
I thought it was 16. Oh,
I have 15.
Sorry, I have sloppy writing.
So I erased last week, which was 14, to put 15 on the schedule for today.
All right, yeah. Anyway, it's March 23rd.
And I do that every week.
Right?
Yep.
March 23rd. Okay.
Which I actually wrote March 22nd. But I said 23rd. While the theme song was playing, I was like, oh shit, I wrote that wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody fucking cares. But anyway, here we are.
So,
Matt.
Welcome, Matt.
Glad to be here.
Glad to have you.
I just gave Matt a tour of the basement, the Hydra. This is we recorded in my basement, and this is a pseudo recruiting as well for Fight Club. We also recruit for Fight Club. It's a lot of kids.
Well, yeah, I'm a little offended. I'm glad you brought that up. There's Naked Babies on the wall. Nevermind album, actually. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. My daughters are very interested in that album for some reason. But yeah, welcome. Matt gave me a lot of compliments on the bullshit that I have on every corner of this fucking basement, and it's like every fucking dad's wet dream to be down here.
Yeah, it sounds like Matt's in his happy place right now.
I have failed as a homemaker, as a dad cave construction-y. And now I have my checklist.
Goals.
And I have goals, and I'm going to meet them, guaranteed.
There's a studio in one corner. There's a theater in one corner. There's a bar in one corner. And then there's a dartboard. So, I mean, it all kind of flows. There's a lot of fucking cables that hang out everywhere. And most of the ones you can't see are hidden.
And this lovely lounge we're sitting in.
Oh, the Shane's Lounge.
The Shane's Lounge.
Can I just say you had me at Jägermeister?
I'm actually going to call it a Stains Lounge.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Not just you. It's fucking breastfeeding. So, yeah.
Sorry.
Matt, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, used to be a roadie, if you can believe it, and it changed my life forever. And doing that before I was a dad was the greatest experience, and I think helped me appreciate being a dad, because traveled all over the world without a care in the world as a bachelor, and did it long enough to get sick of it and wanting substance. But though I'm missing it again, and now that my kids are growing up, I'm thinking, hey man, time to go back on the road.
How old are your kids?
14 and 19.
14 and 19.
Yeah.
So what did you do after you started having kids and you wanted to stay home, you wanted to stay local, you wanted to stay, family guy? What did you do in the meantime?
Actually followed my dad's business, fixing hot tubs, whirlpools, jacuzzis, and that's how I met Shane.
Yes, and I appreciate that. You did an awesome job on my hot tub.
Is it still working?
It's still working. It is. None of the pumps are making noises.
So you guys met each other because he fixed your hot tub?
Yes, and it was through Nick.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nick
cool.
hooked me up with Matt. And did you grow up in Claremont too?
No, but I went to the same school as the Claremont boys.
Oh, okay.
So I know all the Claremont boys.
So I'm surprised I didn't meet you earlier, because I was a Claremont boy.
So Nick is...
I met Dustin, your brother.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Dustin knew fucking everybody in Claremont.
Nick is who we had on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Who was a pyrotechnic officer? How do you say that? Pyrotechnic technician?
Technician.
Pyrotechnician?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pyrotechnic technician? For such bands as Blink-182 and Taylor Swift. And we chatted extensively about that. And we're definitely going to have him back on the show. He's a great dude.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
But
this gentleman who's sitting in my father's couch right now, that actually reclines if you want to take a break.
Oh, it's very nice.
Yeah. He introduced Nick to that business, that industry. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had to find someone a replacement because I was starting a family, and he had a gas license. We were in bands together. I used to go to his house, and Blue Rodeo would come and hang out with his dad, and it was a crazy time growing up as a child. I was always immersed with music.
That's a really crappy capitalist mentality of your business, though. You have to find somebody to cover your shift.
Yeah, no, they were, I remember Lorenzo, the vice president of the company. He's like, I can't lose you. What am I gonna do? I said, call this guy. He's Italian too. He's the gas guy. He's a drummer. His timing's perfect. I guarantee you he'll fill my spot. And sure enough, man, he was introduced and hit it off right away. Not only does Nick miss it through the whole shutdown with all this pandemic shit that's been going on, but he misses it at least as much as I do, and he enjoyed it for the years he did it, and.
The more I get vaccinated, the more I'm wondering if that word is a fucking true statement. Pandemic.
Well, the sad thing is we never got to tour together. I wish if Nick and I were on the same tour, that would have been next level.
That would have been a killer.
Yeah,
for sure.
I just passed the torch to him.
Yeah.
You know, but what would have been epic because we grew up learning music.
Do you think
together.
you still have the chops? When was the last time that you did that by yourself?
Do what by myself?
Pyrotechnic.
I blow shit up all the time.
Yeah. I mean, professionally.
Oh shit, that's another story. Off the record. No.
So
it would be there'd be a learning curve. I'd have to get back into it. I'd be more responsible now than it was back then. I'd probably be like less likely to light something I didn't want to catch fire, and just like doing a fact that was epic and everyone cheered instead of said no. But
be like, hey, whatever happens. Let's see what happens.
Just do a couple of weekend fireworks, May 2 for us before you get started.
Well, it depends what country you're in, because you do get to travel all over the place, and there's different rules for everywhere
Yes,
you
and
go.
I believe Nick was saying Canada and I think it was the UK. Germany was the two strictest places.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he would probably know that more than I do, because he's a rules regulations guy, and I'm more of a cowboy. Like,
okay.
Is anyone looking?
Yeah.
Let's make this happen.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm pure redneck, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
Like let's just blow shit up.
I'm supposed to
as long
be,
as nobody gets
but
hurt.
I'm fucking not.
Yeah.
I grew up on a farm.
I'm a redneck punk rocker.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I grew up on a farm in Woodsley, Ontario, which is just south of Bell River, which is about 40 minutes outside of Windsor, in just some fucking flat-ass land.
That is like Michigan.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. You're like Kid Rock.
I never actually went and saw him. You know what?
Oh, my God. I got a Kid Rock story.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
Let's have it.
It wasn't concert, but we were doing promotional laser design productions thing in Las Vegas, and our boss Doug Adams, he was good friends with Bob Rock, or Kid Rock as you know him.
Oh yeah,
and
his real name's
Robert.
Bob.
Robert.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yes.
I had no idea.
And he was at our kiosk to kind of drive in, and attention, so we'd get more contracts, more bands and stuff, and we got to chill with him for the day, got to take this picture with my boss and shoot the shit with Bob. It was fucking sick.
That's crazy.
He's as real as you could fucking, like, he's the same guy you hear about on the radio as you'd see anywhere. Like, he doesn't change. It's
Robert James Ritchie.
There you go.
Wow.
I actually I saw a a snippet from, it was in a meme or something like that. And I totally forgot that he was in Joe Dirt.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I think that the character of Joe Dirt was based off of him anyway, so,
I had to have it out with Mr. Bob Rock, actually, because he claims to be the real McCoy, and I pulled out my license.
Kid Rock, and I'm a real McCoy.
Right.
I'm the fucking real McCoy. I could prove it with my license. And that actually backfired me one time. I was in Australia, and I was sitting down having lunch. I was on the JT tour, Justin Timberlake tour, sitting down with the sound guys, and one of the sound guys was, he looked like The Undertaker. He was 7 foot tall.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking long hair, beard. Like, he looked like The Undertaker. He was fucking scary. I'd never really approached him, but the sound guys were like, all right, I finally got you both sitting here. Who is the real McCoy? And I'm Matt McCoy. He's fucking Earl McCoy. And before I could say anything, he goes, you could spell real with my first name.
Yeah.
I'm like, Earl, R-E-A, you got me.
I'm the Earl McCoy.
So
smart parents, man.
True that.
So you know what's funny is, because I work for 94.9 The Rock, we actually have the real
McCoy burgers.
We have the real.
Yeah.
We have the real Kid Rock, who claims to be the real Kid Rock. He was the Kid Rock.
Didn't he just die?
He did. He just passed away.
What was his name?
The real Kid Rock.
No, he had a real name.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know.
I remember that. All the rock guys were like really into this guy because he was at every show, and he was just a real champion for rock and roll,
Yeah, and he was a long time listener.
Was he actually a musician?
I don't know. I'd have to look back on that, but
I remember seeing something about that.
Yeah.
All the rock guys posted
real
R.I.P. the real Kid Rock, because
yeah.
That's what happens when you party too hard. Yeah. Speaking of party too hard, we're gonna play some Andrew WK in a minute.
There we go.
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
Andrew WK there with Party Hard. You might not think he's a fucking punk, but I fucking do. I love that
for
shit.
For sure. I know a lot of punks that listen to Andrew WK.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know it's like, sort of techno psychobabble, but you know what? Shit. That guy knows actually bled for that album cover.
Oh, yeah, I know.
If that's not punk rock, I don't know what is.
So while we were playing that song real quick, Matt and I were talking about the old backyard parties and stuff like that, and Matt was building stages. And I had a quick question because I was at a backyard farm party out by White's Road in Pickering.
Yeah, you're probably at my house.
And was that your house?
Yeah.
And Nick was there, and the awareness played.
Awareness, A-Strut maybe.
A bunch of other bands. I don't know. I was wasted. Probably.
Sometimes I had
What, you didn't get the playbill?
I didn't even know.
But there was like skids and eventually couches. I think a couch went on the fire eventually.
Sounds legit.
It sounds maybe like you.
Yeah.
A big fire.
Yeah, that's in the coordinates of
Yeah.
the vicinity.
But there was a stage built off of the back deck.
No. Mine was down a bit of a ravine. We had a huge pond, Tarzan rope, 15-foot diving board, and then we built it into the trees and had a 50 by 30-foot tarp to keep the band dry. Built a drum riser, and had, like I said, A-Strut, bands from Hamilton inside. Like we had party buses of bands and
Okay, my party was definitely smaller that I went to.
Yeah, no, we had I had to rent porta potties. I had to get people on barbecues, like grilling. Like my friends' dads would be like just grilling hamburgers and hot dogs to feed people. Like I said, I had to get porta potties so people had somewhere to go.
Yeah,
take care of the girls. Guys know what to do.
Yeah, for sure.
But
for sure.
yeah, it got to the point where there was like just naked girls flying off Tarzan ropes, swimming in my pond, and a sea of people. And honestly, only one time out of probably 10 parties of like hundreds of people did we have like
Fights.
altercation.
Yeah.
And I still have the billy stick the guy took at me because my buddy Matt Kendall saw this guy coming at me. He's now the milkman. He's an MMA fighter. He goes to Thailand, all over the world. He fucking represents. And even back then, man, he fucking saw someone mess with me because I asked them to leave. They were causing shit with everyone. And I said, you got to go. They're like, who the fuck are you? I'm like, this is my party, and I'm telling you to leave. So like, oh yeah, all right. So these 5 guys rushed me. Matt took them all out. I got their extendable billy stick to this day as like a memento.
No way.
Yeah, he had my back, man. And they
Why
screwed
would
off
somebody
and
bring a
everything
fucking billy stick to a party like
They
that?
said they were coming back with guns, but they never did. They're just
No
on top.
way.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no, that's what you don't want at a party. But that actually was really the
I
last
believe
party.
them though if they're fucking in Ajax or Pickering.
Yeah, no, they were like city boys, and they I imagine they had that capability, but fortunately no one else got hurt. But it got too big with the cell phones and people like, yo, come check out this rager.
Yeah.
You would invite
What
50
year would you
people.
say that was?
This is going back like 2000s, 98, 99, 2000, like into the late 90s.
It's unbelievable what we think of as an impossible party even now, and that was probably call it 20 to 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And like the shit that like our fucking kids will never party.
Well,
not like this, man. Not like this.
It's like we talked, I think, early on in episodes between 1 and 4, I think, about me and Barry from...
Yep. The awareness.
It wasn't the awareness back then.
Not the awareness.
It was, I think, Good Time Charlie or somebody like that. Me and Barry threw Bush Hog for OntarioPunk.com, and it was Altona north of Taunton or something.
Now you
like
can't
that.
even get him out to do a podcast.
But we had flyers up. Yeah, I know. But we had flyers up everywhere. We had tons of people coming out, and the city, like the transportation and the police, said no one's going. Like, shut us down. So we moved it to the dungeon. Like, just shut us down.
Yeah, I was lucky. I was in a cul-de-sac in a valley, and my only neighbor was a musician as well. So they didn't care if we had parties. And my dad had 3 acres, so we're literally tucked away in a valley at like Concession Road and Brock Road and Pickering. And I was throwing these ragers for so long. My buddy Jack Martz, he's on Spotify, phenomenal musician, and he's pure indie. Like, he could have been famous then a stiff paycheck or whatever, but he's kept true to his roots. And
Yeah.
you hear his music and it's him. Like he's not playing it for anybody else, for himself. It's almost probably therapeutic at that point.
For sure.
But he goes to me because like I would rent a lot of equipment. Nick could actually grab his dad's studio gear. Like I told you, he jammed with like Blue Rodeo and shit. He'd grab all his dad's studio gear, all the speakers and mixers and everything. I would rent a bunch of lighting or buy it, get smoke machines, and then build stages and shit, get all the lumber, and then to the point where we'd throw these ragers and have all these local bands come and play. And my buddy Jack, I remember him saying to me, he says, why don't you do this for a living? He's like, you're throwing all this time and energy, and it's costing you money. You should be making money. And I was like 19 at the time, and I looked into it, and there was a college course for that. So I was
sure.
like, you know what?
Music business management or something.
It was a technical production program, and I did it not in Durham College. Like I went to Oakville. I could have went to Humber College in Toronto, but I chose to go like way far away from all my friends and family because I had to pay for it, take an OSAP loan. Parents didn't support it at all, and I went to school, and I even rented a basement to a grandma's house because I just wanted to focus on this, and this is my dream, my passion. And I graduated with honors and got a fucking scholarship. And
You're
Good for you.
and my dad, who said, "Screw you," I had to quit like a serious job with my dad. I was a foreman of his company on the Bridle Path in Toronto.
Wow.
no shit.
We
That's
had a
where my owner of the company lives.
Yeah, so
Shit.
we actually had the contract across the street from Prince's house
Yeah.
for
I think that's where Drake lives too.
yeah, he's just down the street.
Yeah.
And it was for like Green Park Homes, Mark Silverstein.
Yeah.
And we had his contract to like do the demo, and we did such a good job. We also did the rebuild, put a 3-hole golf course like in the valley.
No shit.
35-person cinema in his basement. You should have seen this shit. It was
No way.
fucking lit. And I was all the fucking contractors are in charge of everyone. And they were all mad. Like the electrician was yelling at the plumber. Everyone's F this, F that. I'm like, this isn't what I want to do for a living. So I'm like,
That's what I do for a living, by the way.
I get you. It's
Yeah,
fine. Like
yeah.
that's what I do now. Similar. I'm
Yeah.
like a contractor. But at the time as a kid, I'm like, I wanted to follow my dream, and I did. And my dad disowned me. He actually kicked me out of the house, and I moved in with this like grandma, rented a basement,
damn.
studied, got a scholarship, and actually found a job and follow my career to the point where my dad at one point said, I'm actually proud of you. Like, I thought it would have been a waste of time and a pipe dream, but you actually went to school for something you got a career in,
That's amazing, man.
and you
Yeah.
fucking traveled the world. Fuck, man. I was on tour with Green Day in Australia, and
I'm going to hear all about that.
my cousin
Because
was living there at the time, and my buddy I went to college for that program, his brother was studying in Australia. So me, my cousin Brooke, and my buddy Eddie, we went skydiving in Brisbane, 14,000 feet off the coast of Brisbane, falling to our death. And my buddy Eddie actually almost died. And I had the video. He was a student, so I actually had to pay half his way to even go skydiving because he didn't have much money. But the night before, we're at a hostel partying hard, and somebody saw a sign like, "Oh, go skydive." We were like, "Yeah, we should do that." Well, somehow we woke up and realized we actually signed up for it. And they threw us on a bus.
This is what we did last night.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
All of a sudden, we wake up hungover.
The
as
hangover.
fuck. We're on a bus, signing your life away. Like, if you die, it's not our fault. In
Yeah.
Australia, no one will know if our body's not recovered. And but I was like, fuck this, I want to remember it. So I got the video or pictures or whatever.
For
So you
sure.
actually pay for a second guy, which is insurance. Actually, I recommend that if you go skydiving, get the video, because if your shit fucks up, he could grab you and potentially save you.
True that.
But my buddy Eddie, who's a student,
My shit
low
won't
budget,
fuck up. It'll be flying in the air beside me.
dude, his fucking chute didn't open.
You know what? I'll just go
Skydiving.
skydiving with fucking Spider-Man. He
Do it.
Just goes and, catches you in midair.
Yeah.
Dude, my buddy Eddie, you could see in my cousin Bird's video, his chute didn't open. It's flailing in the wind.
Jesus.
And he had no idea he's falling to his death. And then, like, he went tandem. So the instructor behind him cuts that chute, pulls the reserve, it opens up. He had no idea he's that close to fucking dying. So they land on the
That's
ground.
the insurance that he paid for?
No, that was just like a
It's
tandem.
the extra guy
You-
following you?
He didn't pay. That was the guy he was strapped to,
Jesus.
panicking. So when they landed, that fucking guy who he had to jump with, they were like, we've never had this happen. They had to pack and unpack his chute like 30 times while
Holy
we were
shit.
waiting for our video and shit, because it was like that close. Like, dude, like you almost killed this guy.
And you have video of this.
Yeah,
No
it's
way.
on because only me and my cousin got the photo and video. We had banked, we were working, but he
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
student.
yeah.
So
Put that
if
on
he
the website,
fucking
eh?
died, man.
Can we share this on punkrockdadcast.com?
Yeah, I got it probably in my truck and my laptop, man.
Okay, cool.
Fucking
We'll
nuts.
share this. We'll share this with
Oh, yeah.
our listeners.
Yeah,
So
you'll
you
see
drove
my-
here with a tour bus, did you?
It could be converted into such things.
What kind of vehicle is this?
Just a big high roof Ford Transit 250 van that's like, you know, you can see their RVs in some spot, but I'm going to sell it because the transmission's fucked. And I'm getting an RV. I'm getting a tour bus. I'm buying a tour bus. I miss it.
Yeah,
I want to live on a tour bus again. Let's
Can you
go.
do that at your current state in life?
You know what? I don't think the kids will complain, and I don't have a wife to answer to, so it's kind of my decision. Let's go.
Damn, dude. Well, if you need a fucking tag along and you're going to see fucking Green Day again.
I actually need some of this in the basement to gear it out and make it like a fucking band on wheels, and we could just fucking cruise the country, throw shows.
Dude, I have no
I'll
idea
do the
how to-
pyro. I'll blow shit up. and
Awesome.
you
I have no
guys
idea
to
how to
play.
make money off of what I do here. I just spend money buying fucking bullshit.
Okay, so we'll talk. I've learned how to make, okay money, and I can blow shit up, and you obviously know how to make good music, because this shit is the best fucking gear setup
This is
I've ever
such-
seen
you
in
know
my
what?
life.
This is a really DIY gear, and it's really geared toward punk
You
and metal.
modest motherfucker.
No, it's really
The
good.
most, I've never been in a man. I've never been in a man cave like this, but this is man cave to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Oh man,
This isn't a man cave. It's a
No,
fucking
you
studio.
live it, so you don't understand. For me, fresh, being here for the first time,
I'm glad you think that, because I jerk off right where you're sitting.
I've already busted 2 loads just sitting here, dude. Fuck, serious. This is crazy.
All right. Yeah. Let's.
Loving it.
You want to play some Green Day, and we'll head into some Green Day stories?
Yeah, we can do that.
What song do you want to play? I know what I want to play. Anything off of Kerplunk
Kerplunk.
again?
Keep talking. And
Or-
you know what?
No,
I'll
yeah.
queue up an album, because I have an album.
Okay. I want to ask Matt a quick question, because you mentioned earlier about being a roadie. Were you actually like a roadie before Pyro?
Well, just with the concerts in my house, but no,
Oh,
going
okay.
with Pyrotech.
Oh, okay.
I
You weren't
became a
actually like a
roadie.
band roadie, like unloading and loading gear.
No,
didn't do
when I
that?
went to school, like it prepped me for that.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
then I couldn't even find a job when I got out of college. I was fixing photocopiers for Xerox. But how I got the job fixing photocopiers for Xerox, I was at a bar, and the drummer was a mad musician. He was insane. And I was like, hey, man, nice drums. He's like, really? I'm like, do you give lessons? He's like, yeah, but you got to join my Scottish pipe band for the Legion. I'm like, honestly,
No
if I can
way.
learn how to play drums like you, I'm down. So fucking, I was doing like weekly lessons with him.
Yeah.
And learning how to play the snare drum, like in a Scottish pipe band, how to wear a kilt, would do like the fucking parades and shit for the Santa Claus parade and shit.
Yeah,
downtown.
yeah. Local
And
town,
then
yeah.
he's like, you need a job? He was the vice president at Xerox. He got me the cushiest job with Xerox. It was freaking amazing. I hated leaving it, but when I got the opportunity for Pyrotech, I just it wasn't even a question. I'm
Yeah.
like, sorry, dude, I hate to burn this bridge. I love you, but I've just found my dream job.
Yeah.
I get to travel the world with music.
It's
and
impossible
bands.
not to turn that down, though.
So your
No, it's actually not.
so your dad eventually became proud of you for becoming what you did.
Yeah, for following my dream, and because he thought I would spend all this money going to college and then never use that degree or career. But
Right.
I actually got a career, graduated with a scholarship, like graduate with honors, and then not at first, but when I found the job and the career,
Yeah.
basically my brother-in-law's cousin was touring with Kiss.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where does he work? And my brother was like, yeah, fucking, here's his number. And he's like, yeah, man, fucking, it's just in Markham. Like,
So your brother-in-law worked at Pyrotech.
no, my brother-in-law's cousin.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
was like a friend of a friend.
yeah,
kinda
right,
thing.
right, right.
So you
right,
did
right.
Pyro for Kiss?
No, my brother-in-law's cousin
Brother-in-law.
did. I tour. I
Okay.
helped out with their shows from time to time.
They're coming back for some reason.
but
So, and what about your mom?
uh,
She's supportive?
she kind of bounced to Vegas 15 years ago. Never even met my son. And,
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's a shitty story.
Okay.
Yeah, so we could cut that out.
No, well, you know, we always talk about our podcast also being therapy
She
sessions.
wanted me to be, to tell you the truth, she wanted to be a movie star. She ran an extra agency when I was a child growing up, and I got to be in movies with Dennis Leary, Kevin Spacey, which I think has been canceled, stuff like that.
You
But,
got to be?
Yeah, so I was in this movie called The Ref with Dennis Leary.
Okay.
And it was legit. I was a stand-in. It was in grade 9, and I was making like $70 an hour to just get dropped off by my dad into Toronto.
Yeah.
Catering, fucking. I just have to like go in and do a couple scenes, and like I had so much money. It wasn't even. It was insane, but I didn't like it because I didn't know what I was going to do next.
Yeah.
I didn't like someone just, hey, this is what you have to say. This is what you have to do. Like, you don't have control over that. You're just an actor. You're like, you know, you don't know if you have to take your clothes off or kiss somebody.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in control. I wanted to do so.
Right.
I didn't like it, and my mom despised that because she kind of got the money and spent it. I didn't see all of the rewards, and I didn't pursue it.
It's
know what I mean?
it's funny too because my family was always big into acting too. Like
No way.
my dad's been in many movies, and my brother's been in TV shows like Road to Avonlea.
Oh, okay.
He's in the opening credits if you ever rewind and watch that because it was shot outside of Claremont.
Right.
I got dragged into it for a bit, a few commercials. When I was 2 years old, I think I was 2, I got narrowed down. It was me and one other kid fighting for the commercial for Jell-O with Bill Cosby.
No way.
And the one job I had was to make the Jell-O wiggle on the spoon.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was make it wiggle. But I kept eating it. I was a fat baby.
Oh, nice.
And I kept eating it. And they went with the other kid because I kept eating it.
Yeah, fuck.
But I think it's probably safer that I didn't go with Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
At this point, I think you saved yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, again,
He's
my
not
parents.
into children, I don't think. I think he's just into fucking vulnerable women.
Yeah.
So-
Again, I wouldn't have got paid. My parents would have got paid.
But along with like family into the biz, so my uncle, you know that song "My Boy's Done to Play in the Big League" by Tom Cochran.
Yeah.
So that music video, my uncle Marty was the father of the child that got killed in a car accident. So and that whole fucking music video is my uncle and this child and doing the fucking taking his kid to hockey. So
No shit.
yeah. So like. A lot of my family's been into this kind of scene.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't for me.
It's really great how incredibly unfamous all of us are, and how
we have
much,
so many connections.
yeah. Right.
how like we've just been part of so many incredible things.
Entertainment and everything.
They shot a movie once
Yeah.
in my hometown.
Hometown.
I'm gonna play some Green Day.
Yep.
And then we're gonna get into some stories about Matt on the road.
What happens on the road stays on the road.
Well, you can tell us whatever you're allowed to.
All right, I'll tell you guys, but don't tell anybody else.
All right.
This song's called 86. Never find it now. That's very deep when you're
That was 86 by my favorite band in the world, Green Day. And I believe Matt has done some work with the band and would like to tell some stories. And I am hard and tumescent with anticipation, waiting for all of these stories.
Well, wasn't that glamorous? I was the guy to sit on top of the stadium to make sure it didn't burn down. It's a big stadium tour.
You were the guy on top.
Yeah, I was always on top. That's the way I like it. And yeah, shit was blowing up. And it was like World War III up there. I literally is like, what kind of fucking job is this? I'm like, at one point excited and another point terrified, but obviously loved every minute of it. Yeah, at the end of the show, the last cue, at the back of the stage, in the band's name Green Day would get lit up with these gerbs, which are like sparklers, like 1,000 sparklers all lit up as Green Day, and I was the guy to load them, fire them up, and it'd be crazy, and then the outdoor fireworks would go nuts. But while we go back to the hotel room, fucking Billy Joe and the rest of the band, fucking they called up my crew chief, the head shooter, Kevin Hughes. I was like, hey man, what's up? He's like, not much. He's like, hey, you mind if we come by to your hotel room? He's like, yeah, sure. Why? He's like, oh, we just want to hang out, man. So
to your room?
No, to the crew chief, Kevin Hughes' room.
Right.
So they roll into his room, fucking trash it, drink the mini bars, TVs through the windows.
No way.
Fucking.
Did you ever watch that dumb movie that he was in called, what's it called? Ordinary World?
No.
Oh, yeah. He basically does that. He's like this dad, and it was like, I
Who's
think
this?
Billy Joe.
Oh, okay.
It was like 2016 or something. Sorry to interrupt. It was
No,
a
it's
dumb
good.
fucking movie. I love it because, I don't know.
Because of Bill Joe.
He was married to Selma Blair in that movie before she had all the fucking weakness, and he had a kid. He had a couple of kids in that movie, and he worked at like a hardware store. And like Fred Armisen comes in, and he's like, "Dude, you have to rage. It's your 40th birthday or whatever." And like, he does. He rents this fucking expensive hotel and trashes the crap out of it, and then like doesn't give anybody any information. And actually, Joan Jett's in it for like 5 seconds. And yeah, it was just funny. And I was like, man, I know I'm like I'm not even old. I'm like just a dad now. And it's like, I just resonate with this so much because like I always wanted to be. And like in the movie, he's not a fucking rock star. He's just a dude in a band who happens to also be a dad.
Right.
And like plays weekend shows and shit like that. And it's just like, check it out if you haven't yet, because I don't know, it just makes me feel things.
So real life Billy Joe
Yeah.
trashing hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Well, it was his hazing. So this was the crew chief, the head like pyro shooters hazing. So he wakes up in the morning, has to check out, and he's got like thousands of dollars of damages to pay. And he's like, what the fuck? So he pays it. And then like the next day he gets called into the dressing room like, yeah, man, here's a check for the damages.
Here's 10 grand.
Yeah, here's 10 grand. Like,
Shut up.
we're just fucking with you, man. It was fucking fun though, wasn't it?
Oh.
But actually, when we're in Australia, fucking, we had an after party at this comedy club, and they had something called a penis puppeteer.
I think I've heard of this.
Yeah, I have too. Yeah.
Does he make a cheeseburger with his dick?
He can do amazing things with his dick that you've never seen. But the crazy thing is, the drummer goes in and takes a shot off his balls. So he pulls his fucking ball sack out, puts a shot of vodka in it, and fucking sucks a shot off his balls. It was like, this isn't happening, man. This is rock and roll.
You have to kind of flip yourself upside
Yeah,
down?
he's just like flip, like it had to kind of like, I don't know, man. It was live. It was a club. Like there's tons of people watching this.
All right,
It was-
Johnny's gonna
yeah.
try that later.
Believe it or not, I've actually seen that online for some reason. And yeah, I erased my browser history immediately after that.
But you know what? You've got to wait 3 weeks for the gear to get back. So anytime you do something off coast, when you're a roadie or even in the band, obviously, like for the gear to get to somewhere like Australia or Asia, they put it on a slow boat and it takes like 3 weeks to go. So you've got either 3 weeks to find another gig or fucking vacation, and you get a choice. Are you going to stay where you're at or go home and see your family? I chose to stay in fucking Australia, hang out with friends, go skydiving, fall into my life.
Oh yeah.
And like lived
So
to see
how
another
many
day.
years did you work as a pyrotechnician?
So about 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Because Nick did it for like 19 years or something. Did 17 years or something?
I don't know about that.
No, well, he said he was on tour with Blink for 7 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, he
about,
said he was in the industry for 19 years.
Okay.
So I don't know if that
I've-
includes his entire.
I forget. I stopped
HVAC.
counting my age when I hit 25.
What's
so
my age again?
yeah, for real.
Fuck.
So, going back to Australia and your downtime, the parachuting story. Did we talk about that on air or was that off air?
I forget.
I think it was off air.
I think it was.
Remember about the
Yeah, so I fortunately have my cousin I grew up with that met this bloke, soft cock as we call him. That's why if you want to diss somebody in Australia,
You
call
know
them a
what?
soft cock.
If you're going on a
excursion.
What's it called? Falling from the sky, parachuting adventure with somebody, and he's behind you. I would hope that he's a soft cock.
Yeah, it would be uncomfortable otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, it might hold you up.
I mean,
Keep you attached one way or another.
yeah. Well, good old soft cock.
I feel like we talked about this on air. See, I can't make left or right of it now.
I don't think we did. So
No, I
proceed.
think we talked about it off air.
Yeah.
Shit, son. So yeah, I was the last guy to get in the plane. So being on the road and having full catering 24/7, I put on a lot of weight. I was a fat mofo, and we somehow we're staying at a hostel. All of a sudden we wake up. They're like, hey, by the way, you signed up for skydiving last night, and the bus is leaving. Hop the fuck on. Sign your life away. So all of a sudden, we're on a bus, signing our life away. There's stickers on the bus of devils with parachutes, like with this like flickered snake tongue coming out, going ha ha ha. We're like, what are we doing?
You may
but we were
die.
committed.
What the
We
fuck
were
did
like,
we sign up for?
none of us wanted to pussy out. We're like, somebody thought this was a good idea at the time, so I don't want to puss out. The three of us, my cousin, my buddy Eddie, we ended up doing it. We fucking get on this plane. But I'm the last one to get on because the guy I had to go tandem with, like you have to, for your first time, you have to like go
Well, I mean,
go
he had a
with
soft
somebody.
cock, so
Yeah.
Well, yeah. My first time, I would want to tandem dive for sure.
They make
you ever been?
They make you.
No, I had the opportunity to.
Okay.
You suck then
So
because
in a-
it's the
in a
best
couple
thing
of-
I've ever done. It
in a
is the
couple
most
of weeks,
exhilarating.
we're gonna have to go and do this together.
I will totally do it. I'm totally down for it.
Call me. I'll go again. I swear to God, it was the best
I
fucking.
think we could do
experience
this
of
in
my life.
Claremont, actually.
I just don't want to pay for it.
That's paragliding, actually. And somebody died
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
that. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, that's where I got.
Don't go paragliding. Go
Yeah.
skydiving.
Well,
Yeah.
my wife did it, so I'm allowed to now too.
Well,
I would do tandem.
the
Down.
the funny thing is
You
about
can't.
this.
You have to do tandem when you're first time.
Yeah,
For sure,
that's
I'm
the
down
problem.
100%.
I'm pretty sure in this country.
I'm
at
down
least.
100%. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I'll bring my GoPro.
Cool.
So here's the
Clear
problem
with
with
your
like being in another country. So they look at me, they go, how much you weigh? I'm like, I don't know, like 200 pounds. They're like, well, how much in kilograms? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know kilograms. They're like, okay, 1 minute. So everyone's on the plane. I'm just standing there with my dick in my hand. And then all of a sudden this guy eating sausage rolls, he looks at me and goes, how much you weigh? I'm like, I don't know, like in pounds, like 200. He's like,
16 stone, mate.
he goes, I don't think a parachute can hold us both. And then I'm like, okay, well, is there somebody else? He's like, nope, strap on. And he fucking throws me on his back. We're the last people in the plane, and it was already full with so many people. My feet were already hanging off the plane on takeoff. I'm already half out of the plane with this guy going, yeah, I don't think our chute could fucking hold us. So I'm like already heart panicking. We fucking go up 14,000 feet, which is the maximum amount you can go, like with the first time as a skydiver. And this fucking guy dressed up as a clown who is the guy to videotape you. Like
No shit.
he was solo, but he's like the guy you paid to fucking videography and picture you.
Yeah.
Drops the worst fucking fart.
Oh,
and
that's
we're
terrible.
in like a plane this like
Upwind.
yeah, we're like there was nowhere to go. You were
At least you
choking.
weren't behind him.
Dude, you couldn't wait to get out of the fucking plane. 14,000 feet couldn't get soon enough. Anyways, we jump out of that motherfucker. I'm the first one to go. No choice. He throws me out. And on my descent, it was the greatest thing I ever did. Just don't open your mouth.
I mean, could you imagine the diet of a guy who jumps out of a plane for a living?
From Australia?
Right.
No, it's all sausage rolls. All he eats is sausage.
Kangaroo.
Egg rolls, cabbage rolls. Essentially, it's anything that starts with roll or ends with rolls.
The worst part is, though, you could see in the back of my video, my buddy Eddie's chute didn't open. And he's tandem as well. And he has no idea he's falling down to his death because the guy is behind him who's panicking, realizing, hey, man, we should be slowing down. We're at like 10,000 feet. So he cuts the chute off, pulls the reserve. Luckily that opens, and it's all caught on video. And you're like, that guy almost died. And he's a student. He was my buddy who had no money, but is like, we're either doing this all together or not at all. So I paid half his way. I almost paid for his death. How do I explain that to his fucking mom? So thank God we all survived, but it was a close call.
Was it cash or credit card?
It was cash.
And you're not liable.
And while we're waiting for the video and pictures to get done,
Jesus.
They had his instructor pack and unpack his chute like 30 times to make, like, dude, what did you do wrong? This is the first time that they've ever had a parachute not fully deploy.
Oh my God.
So it was like, I've never seen someone closer to their death in my life. And like,
you know why that
me?
doesn't scare me? Because I'm suicidal already.
No,
if I die, I fucking die.
you know why that doesn't scare me? Because
nobody's gonna yell at me when you're dead.
when your time is up, your time is up.
That's right.
Yeah, if it was meant to be, he would have been gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're meant to live, you're meant to live. If
Yeah.
you're meant to die, you're meant to die.
Look, I plan on living a healthy and fruitful life. What was it that somebody said? Did you guys ever watch Firefly when that was a thing?
The movie?
No, the show.
No,
I don't know the show.
No.
Somebody said,
Oh, Firestarter. That's
no,
what I said.
it was like there's a bullet out there with your name on it. The trick is to outlive it before it catches you, or live a long life before it catches you, or something like that. And it's like, damn, true.
Yeah.
That bullet could be any form of death, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a bullet.
Yeah.
Like Final Destination shit you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Russian
It's crazy.
roulette.
Yeah.
You fucking risk your life walking out of your door every day.
Well,
Not to make anybody here agoraphobic or anything.
No,
It's
no.
just like, you get in your fucking truck and you drive to work, and
That's the most dangerous thing you're going to do in your life.
damn straight.
That's
sure.
why I can't live in a safe society, because every day you leave your house is a potential that it's your last. So you might as well enjoy every fucking moment and live it to the fullest. And you can't wait for an easier time in your life to be happy. So you might as well be happy in the worst time of your life, and then you'll always be good. Like, I can tell you what I've been through in the last year is the worst horseshit that anyone's been through, but I've got a smile on my face. I'm optimistic. I'm looking forward to the future.
Hell yeah,
I
brother.
got a beautiful
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
and I am happy, man. And like, to be here with you guys, I want to spread love and joy, and I'm living the dream, man. And
Same, man.
I'm making it up as I go. There's no control. There's no script. There's literally me making it up as I go. I'm self-employed, just like you, Johnny. And
So what kind of contracting are you doing?
I do a lot, but I try to specialize in fixing like jacuzzis specifically.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
So your indoor jacuzzi tub that you have in your ensuite, probably you have like a jacuzzi tub in your ensuite.
Yeah.
A lot of homes do.
You did mine last summer.
Well, that's a hot tub, so it's
Sorry,
actually
okay.
different.
I was just gonna say now's the time to do a
I
plug.
have a question for you.
Yeah.
And this is totally not related to fatherhood or punk rock. But if you were to add one of those into an upstairs, do you
Yes.
need to add
Electrical,
power?
yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you do that on the exterior of the home, or how do you do that?
Sometimes you have to, but
Okay.
usually there's already power there. Because like
Yeah, they
builders
rough it
back in the
Yeah.
day,
Oh,
they've
for
already
sure.
got
No,
it.
I've definitely seen that too.
But the newer tubs usually require more than one circuit.
Yep.
If they got multiple
Yep.
motors, that kind
So
of shit.
a lot of my customers right now are removing those and then putting in steam showers.
That's 220. So
Ye-
then you
yeah.
still have to bring electrical.
Yeah, you could, but sometimes you can drag it up with the same line.
Yeah,
sometimes you can't.
like you probably have like a downspout
column,
here.
yeah.
You know, you find wherever your
Yeah.
plumbing goes from the basement to the roof, and you can fish it through that way.
Yeah.
So you try to avoid having to run on the outside, but you know, if there's electrical, I got an electrician to do it.
Yep.
And if there's no other way, sure, yeah, he'll just run a conduit outside and make it happen, drill through
Mm-hmm.
the side of the house. But you know,
People who are adding steam showers to their master, though, generally don't want to see a fucking big conduit running on the outside of their house.
but you normally can't add steam showers to a master. You got to actually totally renovate the bathroom. A steam shower, you got to waterproof it, like
Right.
with that Schluter stuff
Right.
or Wetty stuff.
Yep.
And then even the ceiling, people don't realize the ceiling has to
Gets
be on
moldy.
a slope.
Yep.
For sure.
You got to put on a slope, otherwise, while you're in the steam shower, you're dripping hot steam on you.
Yep.
If it's not made properly or converted properly, so slope the ceiling so that the water vapor drips to the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and then the vapor will deteriorate behind the tile, so it has to be waterproofed. And use the Schluter system or Wheatie system. I'm certified in both, but you probably are too, man. Fucking
No,
no, it's a free
my
course.
guys are, though.
Yeah, well, there you go. You just got to point the finger, man. That was my life on the road.
So quick sponsorship here, Johnny.
Mm.
The name of your contracting,
EJP Contracting at your service.
and Matt.
McCoy Whirlpool Spa Repair.
There
Cool.
we go.
There
We'll
you go.
plug you guys both. That's
Yeah.
our sponsorship for today's episode.
Yeah, man.
I don't know that I want to attract the type of customers that listen to this podcast. But thank you. We'll do that.
They're not going to pay you, but they're all offer you a beer.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks
Yeah.
for fixing that shit. You want a beer for that?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that doesn't pay the bills.
You never know who's listening.
No.
You never know.
But you know what? I mean, I expect that the people who do hire me/us would understand that we do this type of thing.
Right?
We fucking drink on the weekends. We
Enjoy
make
life.
fun of fucking punk bands and, have a good time. And,
There
sit
could be
cross-legged on our
that
Shane's Lounge.
there could be that guy or woman out there
Yeah.
cooking
All
or
types, man.
barbecuing, listening to our podcast, going,
Yeah.
making $100,000 a year. Going,
Shane,
yeah.
Shane was actually saying that this year, and I think this is a great idea, we should do like a big fucking barbecue with all of our guests and
Yep.
introduce them to each other. I think this would be a fucking never-ending weekend of fun because like the people that we all bring down here are just like from different worlds, and like you're meeting me today for the first time, and
Yep.
we're instant friends. And like every fucking person that I bring here to meet Shane, or Shane brings here to meet me, we're just like, holy shit, how the fuck can we have never met each other, first of all?
We are all going to get along. Like,
Yeah.
Everyone is so...
Yeah. We spent 3 hours with each other during these podcasts,
know?
and it's like all smiles and giggles and laughs and Jaeger. And like, it'd be great to just, except for Jen. Jen will need a vegan menu.
Yeah.
Which, hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
it's
it's not
okay.
going to be part of the barbecue. It'd
I'm
probably be in the air fryer
I'm
or
used to
something.
barbecuing for my mom, so...
Oh, is she vegan too?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Your mom's vegan?
Vegetarian.
Sharon?
Vegetarian.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
She'll eat burnt chicken.
I mean, like, a lot of dudes that have lived life on the road will fucking flock to a barbecue like seagulls, man. Like, we're fucking
Yeah.
kindred spirits when it comes to fucking burning meat.
Yeah.
Well, to be a roadie on the Paul McCartney tour, you had to be vegan. There was no
What?
meat on that tour.
No shit.
Not kidding you, man. And
You
like,
did the Paul McCartney tour?
I didn't, but we had the contract.
Oh, okay.
And I just was. That's why I didn't get it. I'm like, give me some fucking chicken, give me some fucking steak. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But it was like literally that was a prerequisite.
pork rinds,
Yeah.
bitch. Give me some fucking. And that's crazy because he's really good friends with Dave Grohl, and Dave Grohl just went and did that whole 450, 500 people in the middle of LA after that natural disaster, and like did a big barbecue for all. Of those
Yeah,
people, eh?
he was killing and grilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did the Foo Fighters, for a while. Some of their Canadian shows, anyways. Fucking the In Your Honor tour, and fucking beauty. Fucking did the lasers with Pearl Jam, but unfortunately, fucking with Pearl Jam, they have a different set list every fucking night.
Yeah.
And we're like 3 months into the tour, and they weren't playing any songs that we had the laser designer doing the tour, doing the lasers for. So they cut us out of the budget, gave us a bottle of wine, a check for $5,000, and said, "Thanks for coming out, bud, but we can't justify you being here," and got cut out of the Pearl Jam tour.
You know what?
Eddie Vedder literally hands you a bottle of wine, a $5,000 check, and says, "See ya."
From
Wouldn't want to
your
see ya.
perspective, that would piss me off because, you know, you're solicited for a tour and you're prepared. But like from his perspective and from an artist perspective, I totally understand
Money.
that too. Like it's like, shit, we can't, you know.
He's not going to change his ways or set list. He's
we
in his groove,
Yeah,
man.
we want to play the next song I tell you to play all night long, right?
Every night.
And I do that with my band, man. Like we have like a general set list that we want to do, but like sometimes it's not even that. Like somebody will shout out, "Hey, play Freebird," and we'll fucking do it. No, fuck that. Like, but we'll feel the vibe of the crowd, and it's like we'll just go and play. You know, hey, I think this song would fit really great right now. Maybe move that one up and then move this one later, sort of thing, which I totally get. But I mean, I never was really involved with you know, a laser crowd.
Freaking laser.
Anything like
So-
that anyway.
So I was talking.
Sharks with freaking laser beams.
I was talking to one of my best friends, Matt Rock.
Yes, Matty boy.
You met him at Chris Card's party.
Yes.
Chris Card. I went to school with him. Me and Chris Card actually DJ'd our own grade 8 graduation.
Didn't Chris play Sweet Child of Mine for
He
Russell?
Yeah.
Because that's my first friend I lost. He died in a car accident. Russell Johnson.
That's right, leaving a party.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
And I think there was almost a lawsuit towards the party owner, the host.
Yeah, so I actually saw him that night. It was a Friday night, and I saw him at Ultramar, and it was Ultramar, and he was able to buy cigarettes with Canadian Tire money, and I was filling up with gas, and I'm like, "Russell, what are you doing, man?" He's like, "Just getting some smokes." I'm like, "Yo, we're going bowling. Come with me." He's like, "No, I'm going to a bush party." I'm like, "All right, man, peace out." And that's the last time I ever saw him. 3 days
Shit.
later, I'm at his funeral, wondering why my friend is laying in a casket, looking as beautiful and alive as to be. Like, wake up, Russell.
Oh man.
And
Probably wasn't getting cigarettes
No way.
No,
with Canadian
shit,
Tire
man.
no,
money.
he did, but he just went to a party and had too much to drink,
yeah.
and it was unfortunate. Like
Fucking-
at 18 to
Yeah.
lose one of your best friends,
Yeah.
it was heartbreaking.
I know. Same with that same era.
It set us all straight, though.
Dar-
We're
Dar-
like, wow.
Darlene Oblinus. I don't know if you knew her.
No.
I went to school with her, and she passed away just after grade 8.
Grade 8.
Grade 8,
Fuck.
Claremont Public School. I don't know what happened there. They dead end road construction site hit one of those big concrete roadblocks. She didn't have her seatbelt on. Went like fucking 100 feet through the windshield.
Fuck, eh?
I got the phone call from another Claremont friend. But yeah, like Claremont's been crazy.
They've been riddled with
It-
Well, my buddy Jack Martz is from Claremont, and like I said, he's on Spotify. Jack Martz and the Lost Wages, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, his music. The more and more I listen to it, I get it, man. Like he's so fucking real. I don't know why he's not on the radio and making bank, because I can't wait to see him live. I'm actually trying to get him to play live at my girlfriend's party for April 15th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I know. Hopefully, Dustin McCoy
Yeah, you
can
were
make it
telling me
out.
that on
We
the
got
way up.
Grant Boyer playing, and if Jack can make it out. Oh man, he played my. So when I used to throw those parties at my dad's house, my dad embraced it, and for my sisters Jack and Jill getting married, we had all the family over, and Jack Martz and Daryl and Tommy, they were a cover band at the time, and like everyone's like, where did these guys come from? They could play any song on cue, perfect, and even like change the words and like mesh and mold and make it like a personal experience. Like you have no idea. Like this guy could have been so famous if he went like mainstream, but he's just his heart is in indie. He wants to play the music he wants to play, and it'll happen for him, man. I
For
totally
sure.
know that. But yeah, man, it's nice when people hold to the roots too.
Absolutely.
It's a sacrifice, but in the end, I'm sure it'll pay off.
For sure. You want to stick to your
But you're
own.
saying about Chris Card?
Yeah. So originally Matt Rock,
Yep.
how he met you through Chris Card's birthday or whatever. Matt Rock sent me a text and he said, ask him about the Pearl Jam tour.
Yeah, well, I think we met him on the Pearl Jam tour, yeah.
He always said something about a guitar story. I don't know exactly what he means.
All right,
Because
you're
Matt-
putting me on the spot here.
Yeah,
but,
I know. I put you on the spot, but Matt Rock's always all over the place with his stories. I don't know, so we could skip over the story, and maybe Johnny has a song lined up.
Clearly, I was having too good of a time.
Yeah, I probably.
And me and Matt Rock obviously had a great time together.
Yeah.
And my memories seem to fade.
Yeah, for sure.
A guitar story with Pearl Jam.
Something about Eddie Vedder.
Oh my god!
I don't know.
Well, like obviously, if I had the opportunity, I would have gone to backstage passes. We would have hooked up. I did tour with Pearl Jam, and oh my god! Sometimes I hit it a little hard, and had more fun than memory.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
the things that I needed to remember and want to remember that I want to cherish, other people remember.
Yeah,
And I just lived it. I was there
for sure.
in body, mind,
bet.
in spirit. Let's call Matt up and call him up. Let's figure this out, man. Fuck, I want to know.
Find
'cause,
out what he remembers.
Yeah, I was there. I just don't know.
Can I see if I can do
the
that? Over,
specifics.
I mean, yeah, why not?
let's
Can we
see-
find
can I
out the
do-
specifics?
Can I? Yeah, let's see if I can do this over the phone right now.
Maddie, motherfucking rock. What's the name of his band? Just give me a
He was in the awareness here.
Right now he's in Black Lights, which is
Yeah.
a cover band.
Black
I'm gonna try to put on some no effects here.
This is not a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is the real thing. Kick back, watch it crumble. See the drowning, watch the fall. I feel just terrible about it. That's sarcasm. Let it burn. Gonna make a joke when it falls apart. I'm gonna raise my glass upon my heart. Then someone shouts, that's what they get. For all the years of hit and run, for all the pitch bump and on VH1, when it all their money go, don't we all know? Parasitic music industry, as it destroys itself, we'll show them how it's supposed to be. Music created from devotion, not ambition, not for fame. Zero people are exploited. There are no tricks up our sleeve. We're gonna find again the recipe. We're gonna kill the 7-record deal. Make records that have more than one good song. The dinosaurs will slowly die, and I do believe no one will cry. I'm just fucking glad I'm gonna be there to watch the fall. Prehistoric music industry. 3 feet in the gray tar. Extinction never felt so good. Anyone will feel badly. You are sadly mistaken. Time has come for evolution. Fuck collusion. Kill the 5. Whatever happened to the handshake? Whatever happened to deal no one would break? What happened to integrity? It's still there, it always was, for playing music just because. A million reasons why. Dinosaurs will die. Dinosaurs will die.
okay?
Is that his fucking machine? Is that his message machine that he's telling us that we're live on the air?
That's hilarious, man.
You're here with Matt McCoy.
Matt A.
Pardon me?
You're here with Matt McCoy and Johnny.
Oh, hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, pal.
We're trying to reminisce and figure out this Pearl Jam guitar
Shane,
story.
put him to the front of your mic.
Where's the front of the mic?
By your mouth. There. Yeah.
Okay, speak.
That's 40% better.
Shane,
All right.
the bottom.
I'm good though.
Hello?
Okay, back it off a little bit because I'm getting a little bit too turned on.
Okay, try that.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's much
I'm on
better.
speakerphone. Is that better?
Yeah. Hey, buddy. How the hell are you?
Good. How the hell are you?
You know.
You're stuck in Alberta, man. Wish you were here.
No,
with
he's
us.
in fucking Winnipeg.
Oh, Winterpeg.
Manitoba.
Fuzz.
Manitoba, Canada.
Yo, I got to shoot a 50 caliber rifle in the mall.
The
in
mall?
Winterpeg. Yeah. That's
Did
pretty
you
cool.
did you shoot any guns today, Matt?
Did I shoot any guns today? Did he ever?
Is that Rhonda?
What kind of gun?
Did you cock it and load it?
Oh.
This is the first time we've had a caller.
You called us. No, I just called in.
No, I believe we. However you got here, we're glad you're here.
We had some confusion over this Pearl Jam story.
Okay.
I have a fuzzy memory.
He can't hear you.
I'm feeling fuzzy.
Matt has a fuzzy memory of how the Pearl Jam story went down. Could you care to elaborate?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because I was there when he told me the story.
Let's have it.
Okay, so the way I remember it, Matt, do you remember us chatting at Chris Card?
Yes.
Wait a second, that sounded like Johnny. Who said that?
No, he said yes.
That was you?
No, that was Matt.
I'm Matt.
Matt said yes, he remembers a story about Chris Card.
Yes, I did say that. Wait. Okay. So, yeah, how I remember the story going is that you were doing, you got hired on to do the Pearl Jam.
Did you
Pearl
just say
Jam
hard
tour,
on?
I think it was in the U.S. And to do Pyro. And but Pearl Jam doesn't have Pyro.
No, we did lasers for Pyro, yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying there wasn't much. They don't have much of any kind of show going on. So there wasn't much happening during that tour. And then it was time for Pearl Jam to go overseas, I believe it was. And the crew or something, he said Eddie Vedder came into knocked on your door and said, "Hey, man, we're going out overseas, but we won't be needing. We're cutting down on the crew. We won't be needing or something." And he peeled off like $5 $100 bills, wallet, and said, "Thank you. Like you've been awesome." And all that, and he didn't have to do that. You get paid anyway for the production.
Yeah, and he
was
threw
like
us a bottle of wine of his homemade reserve. He's like, "Here's a bottle of wine, $5. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya."
Yeah, that was a super story. Which part didn't you remember?
He just went to go pee. I guess it is largely how he remembered it.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's largely how I remembered it. And I was there
You were there, eh?
when he told me the story.
My God, Matt, we have to have you on the show. This is good enough for now, but it's not good enough.
Yeah, you got to be here live.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out a way to like import you via Skype, and I know you're 2 hours into the past.
Anymore.
Wait, you don't have Skype anymore?
You Zoom or you Teams. Nobody Skype.
Yeah, we'll do Zoom.
Fuck Zoom and fuck Teams. Skype it up. I'll open up my old account. Coffee Punk J. Whatever the occasion.
I should be your production manager. Make sure you guys don't try to Skype anybody.
Jesus, Rhonda.
You can be our production manager.
Yeah.
Manager.
It is a heavy-duty responsibility.
Well, I think I'm up for the gig. What does it pay?
Nothing.
Sweet.
It pays in love.
Weak.
Oh,
It finally made sense.
I guess
We
that's
met
that.
across cards.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
from the gun show.
From the gun show.
You know, if you ever show up in town again, it pays largely in Jaeger bombs, which I'm sure you're going to be very happy with, and visits with my wife, which she's a celebrity around here. So if you guys ever cross paths again, we love you.
You know what? We should just meet halfway. Hollywood, Florida.
Oh, I agree. Totally. Gonna happen.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing in July?
Cool. So anyway, can I request a song
Yes.
from ABBA?
No. Request a real song and we'll play it for you, dude.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, a punk song? Does it have
Yeah.
to be Canadian?
A punk song. No, it doesn't have to be Canadian.
Oh no, I'm gonna have a
Which one?
Jaeger.
Do either of you like Green Day?
That's not Canadian, but absolutely.
Joking. That episode with the Cautionate guys, I couldn't stop laughing.
Which one?
The Caution Inc. guys.
Oh yeah.
Great. So,
Do you actually listen
like
to this
Green Day?
shit? That's amazing. I thought we were just recording this for our own liability insurance.
how
What do you
about,
want to hear?
Turbo Negro.
Turbo Negro.
Turbo Negro.
All
I
my
love
friends
it.
are dead.
All my friends are dead. That's perfect.
Oh, that's an amazing song.
Dead tired. I'm dead tired.
All my friends are dead.
Thanks, man.
Love you, brother. Great to hear your voice, man.
Love you guys.
Next time you're in town, check it out. Give me a hit up.
And if you need any more Matt McCoy stories, just call me. I'm there.
Yeah, my memory gets fuzzy from time to time.
Where are your friends? Where are your friends? Where are your friends, man? What? Where are my friends? All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. Got kicked in the head. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. They got smacked in the head. All my friends are dead. I always knew that they would end up like today. They bought the bullet and they paid with hand grenades. Hey! Hey! Hey!
That was Turbo Negro with All My Friends Are Dead. I love the sound of Jaeger bombs happening in this basement.
Did you
and
hear
sounds
that?
It sounds like this. Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Except I'm a pussy and I take my glass out. I just drink it straight.
Yeah, but you know what? So these actually I have a story here.
Your hair should be spiked.
Yeah.
You gotta talk like that.
These these blue glasses are from my grandpa's funeral
No way.
in 2012, so 10 or 11 years ago. He was a Johnny Walker guy, but he always drank that shitty Johnny Walker Red. And at his funeral, this guy Frank, who was a really good friend of his, brought these 8 glasses and a Johnny Walker Blue. And so we had these blue glasses and this Johnny Walker Blue. And we drank in the fucking parking lot of the church at the fucking, shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like,
You're
was-
going to hell for that.
whatever. Just going to hell for other things anyway. I'll fucking see you there.
I'll meet you there.
Yeah. But like it was like one of the first times that I felt like really kindred with my dad and his brothers. I'm the oldest boy of that the next generation, and my dad is one of 4 boys. And they sort of waved me over, invited me in to take a shot and stuff, and like now it's like all 4 of these glasses, the other 4 are broken. The remaining 4 still remain in my bar. And instead of putting them up on a shelf and like forgetting about them and like doing nothing with them and just looking at them and collecting dust, like I actually use them for these types of purposes. Like, yeah, fuck, they weren't necessarily made for fucking Jaeger bombs, but you know what? It just brings me a sense of community and, a level of love that I can bring people in to, partake in the shit that, whatever. Even if I'm drinking fucking water out of it sometimes. It's just good to have around and,
I
Whatever.
knew it was an epic glass. I just
didn't know why.
accepted it, and I'm like, this is like with this shot glass in it and like a sick ass blue crystal. I was like, this is legit.
This is
but
pretty
now
cool.
I know why.
Now you know
And
why.
I
Now you
can
know the story.
appreciate it even to the next level. When my grandfather passed away, one of the saddest days of my life, because I love that motherfucker. He was in the World War II. He was one of the gunners and in the turret, and he served his time and he lived a great life. And being a pallbearer for his casket and watching him drive away in that hearse, that's
Yeah.
when it hit me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see that motherfucker again.
Yeah.
And wow, that it kind of hits you.
Yep.
We've talked a little bit of death. Young people that have died at 18. My buddy Russell, and then grandparents and
I didn't
when their
realize
brother's
you were
gone.
that close to Russell.
Yeah, he was like my best friend. Like
No shit.
Yeah, Chris Card. He
Yeah.
was his
Who's
best friend
Russell?
too. Russell Johnson. His dad was actually one of the regional counselors, Rick Johnson, for
Rick Johnson
Pickering.
was Janine and Todd's dad, right?
I don't know about Janine and Todd. I know Russell, and he had an older brother. I don't know Janine. You're asking me like technical questions.
Yeah.
which I'm not
Yeah.
capacitated.
We
Yeah.
didn't
No.
research.
It's all Claremont history.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He was.
it's
he
all
was
connected.
he was borderline.
Yeah.
Claremont. He sold
Yeah.
hot tubs actually.
Yeah.
So actually, when Rick Johnson, like Russell's dad, was alive,
Yeah.
he wanted to hire me as his hot tub technician.
Yeah.
He's like, "What do you charge?" I'm like, like $80 an hour. He's like, "Well, that's what I charge." He's like, "I can't hire you because I can't
Yeah.
pay
Wouldn't make
you."
no money.
I
Yeah.
had sex with his daughter in
Oh, shit.
the hot tub.
Yes. That's,
You're not supposed to mention that on a
You know what?
podcast that your wife listens to.
It was way before way before I met my
Yeah,
wife.
that's
So like
that's clear.
it's clear.
I guess that's okay then.
Yeah.
We're talking hot tubs. It's everything's
You know?
legit. We're
You
talking
know?
hot tubs.
Like,
Hot
come
tub
on.
sets is off the table.
It
We
was
need
a
to
long,
make our
long
own
time
hot
ago.
tub time machine.
Speaking
maybe.
of, reach out to my girl. Like sex in the hot tub, we got to do that. If you're listening, Jax, I'm putting it out there. That'd be hot. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Has she never done that with you before?
I'm not saying she has or hasn't, but I want to do it again. Well, maybe again. Let's do it.
Let's do it soon.
like tomorrow. I'm gonna see it tomorrow.
So this is only a audio podcast. So unfortunately, we won't be there with the cameras to fulfill our listeners' desires.
I'm sure we'll both
Of
sign
Matt's
like
heavy
a
breathing.
disclaimer. we can make this happen. I'm sure she'd be legit. Like we can make money off this. The real McCoy.
That'd be great because we don't make fucking any money as it is right now.
I gotta sell hot tubs somehow.
You know what? To be fair,
Absolutely.
we do make about $1.60 a week because of Shane's empties.
Just $1.60?
Yeah.
Let's add a zero to that. Or two. Shit, so
That's only 16 beers a week.
That seems like a lot, doesn't it?
That's a
Yeah.
Monday night.
Yeah. When you were like, just $1.60 a week?
That's
And
like
then, like
a beer a day almost.
yeah, you
or
fact,
more than
but
that.
you don't drink them all here.
No.
No,
Oh, I leave them behind.
right?
Till next time.
Yeah.
They're my tips.
You bring a 30 pack in like between 1 week and the next week, it's gone.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jats, though, she was supposed to be here. You guys.
What's
would have
her full
loved
name?
her. Jacqueline Smith,
Jacqueline Smith.
and we call her.
That's a fucking porn name if I ever heard one.
It actually is. She is a porn star. She's so fucking beautiful. I am the luckiest man to have met her and have literally found my soulmate. We found each other. It was actually fate. And if she had have jumped on this podcast, you set up a Nets mic, you guys would have understood what it meant and appreciated it. But she just was under the weather. It's a long drive. She's
Yeah.
come a long way. It didn't happen, but I'm telling you, man.
I feel like at 11:20 on the first night you've been invited to this podcast, we still have a lot to go over.
I was just gonna say that. I would love to have you
So
back.
we can absolutely
with
get you back.
her, with
So
her
how do
as
you know
well.
her? And you said she was some sort of groupie / also industry person. How do you guys know each other? How did you meet? And how did you become together?
So, funny enough, in August, I was fixing my boat, had my carburetor that I rebuilt in my garage that I removed the night before, and like thought I put all the seals together, and like my boat wasn't running right. Never has. I just bought it. It was like a COVID boat. I bought it during COVID. Paid way too much money for a broken boat.
Okay, give me a little bit of details on this boat because I'm more interested in the boat right now than I am in your girl.
So it's actually a sick boat. It was a 20-foot Tahoe.
Cool.
Tahoe. And yeah, it's a fish and steam. So it had like if you catch fish, you got like
Yep,
a live
yep,
well
yep.
and shit. 190 horsepower motor, so if it ripped, you could pull people on the
Nice.
tube. But it fucking wouldn't run right. It left us stranded more times than it took us for a good ride.
That's
So
too bad.
I was like, dude, stop a carburetor.
Let's-
Shit
yeah.
doesn't go.
Let's
So
work it
I'm
out.
walking down the pier with my rebuilt carburetor, like, yes, man, this is it. I got this
Yeah.
shit fixed. And I see this beautiful woman 2 piers over with my buddy Graham. And she catches my eye. I catch her eye. But I'm like, oh, it's with my buddy Graham. Like, this ain't happening. And he leaves to go to the bathroom. And she goes, hey, man, what's up? You want a drink? And I hadn't had a drink for like 8 months. I was stone cold sober, going through a divorce. And she's
And
like,
you go, yeah, of course I do.
I
Yeah.
said, is that a Long Island iced tea? She said, hell yeah. I said, let's go. So she gives me my first drink in 8 months.
You're like, fuck sobriety.
yeah. No, I wasn't sober.
You weren't about to be like, actually, I don't drink anymore.
I wasn't. Well, I literally wasn't sober because they didn't want to drink or had a problem. I just was like, going through a shitty situation, full on like father mode. I've got my 2 kids, and my ex was out of the picture, and this beautiful woman offered me a drink. How could you say no?
How
I
could
couldn't.
you?
And so I have a drink with her. We exchange numbers, and we have been rock solid ever since. And I've never been compatible with another woman.
So what
in
happened
my
to your buddy
life.
Graham over there?
So, well, before we exchange numbers, he leaves to go to the bathroom for apparently his 6th shit of the day.
Oh,
And as
because he
soon
was
as
drinking too much.
no, he was too healthy. I think with these healthy guys that have too many supplements, they like got to drop a deuce like.
So it's got to be
multiple
like
times.
a 25-minute shit.
Yeah, so he bounced, and she's like, by the way, I'm not with this guy, but I think you're hot. I'm like, no way. Like, you're the hottest girl I've ever fucking seen in my life, and you're talking to me? Like
Wicked.
a guy with a broken boat. She's like, no, like you're like awesome, and she thinks I look like Gordon Ramsay,
She ain't
but
there
a
for the
good
boat, bro.
version.
Yeah.
She's like, yo,
yeah.
man, you're like the hot version of Gordon Ramsay, and I think you're hot as shit. Can I get your number? I'm like, yeah, here's my number. And she was single, and I was
Okay,
single.
quick question. There's a lot of red flags here because why the fuck would you want to date Gordon Ramsay?
She is infatuated with this motherfucker, and I happen to have.
It's like that guy with the blonde
you cook?
hair.
I can cook like a motherfucker.
All right.
Up
Well,
until the moment
we've been
I
talking
cooked a
about-
steak
we've
and
been
she
talking
choked
about
on
this-
it and had to go to the hospital and she almost died like 2 months ago.
Oh god.
Literally, I had to try to resuscitate her, call an ambulance, and she had my steak.
Okay, that's
put it this
that's
way,
her problem for
my
not being
steak-
able to take a proper bite.
My steak was so good, she couldn't take a small bite. She wanted to wolf that shit down. She's like, "This guy can cook a motherfucking steak."
What do you like to? How do you like to cook a steak?
Rare.
Yeah. What kind of what cut? What have? Where do you get it from? How do you like it?
We'd want to go like filet mignon.
Okay.
Where do you buy your meat from?
Dude, I'll take any meat. And I'll make it
Helenda's?
good. I've never been to. I haven't been to Helenda's for like 10 years, man. They had
Oh,
good
okay.
bacon though. They had good bacon.
I only
where-
ask
yeah, I
because
mean,
we're looking for
You
sponsors.
live in fucking downtown Whitby.
Yeah.
Where do you get your meat from? Like if you have to,
Fuck, man. Like Loblaws or some shit.
just the
yeah,
just the
standard
local grocery.
store.
Okay. sure.
Loblaws owns everything. So.
Yeah, but we're looking for local sponsors. So like
Helenda's is the bomb.
Helenda's is the bomb.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally like. They have the best bacon. I've never bought a steak from there, but I know it's the best. I don't live close enough to justify the.
Helenda's,
the
like
journey.
I can ride my bike to Helenda's.
If they were
True.
close, that would be my go-to, and I guarantee you, like they are thebomb.com.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody has actually said that in public for at least 15 years.
What, Helenda's?
Thebomb.com. So I just think that we owe an acknowledgement to bringing that back into the mix.
let's
You
go.
mean the bomb hot sauce?
Thebomb.com.
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 What is that?
It was.
He doesn't even know what exactly. We're bringing it back.
It
Yo.
was a saying
know-
like,
you know
from
what?
like 1999.
I'm older than you,
Dude,
fucker.
dude,
I know.
You're like a year younger than me.
But
We-
here's the
we
thing.
should-
Yeah, I
we
know,
should be
I
on the
know,
same
right?
page.
I might be fucking young, but like I still caught up with all the shit
Yeah.
from fucking Austin Powers.
I think between
Right
me
up
and
until
Matt,
now.
I think that's when the page turned.
Somehow me and Johnny are like on the same page though, but he's so much younger,
Oh,
and he's a
shit.
beauty. Can I just say, Johnny's a beauty?
I'm glad to have you here, Matt.
No, honestly, thank you for having me in your blessed home. This is so epic.
Yeah.
This is a fucking wicked ride.
Ugh. it's
Listen,
so
if
good.
if you need to get a cab home, you can just park your fucking rig in front of mine tonight. That's
Yeah.
okay.
It's a keys to like I'm not driving tonight. There's no chance.
Fair enough.
You just-
now that we've had
Yeah,
now
yeah.
that we've had enough.
You don't need your truck out of the driveway in the morning?
I don't have a lot of work right now.
Okay, cool.
This couch is looking sweet. Yeah, I'll do keys to us or a cab, but like, or I'll move it on the street for you. But
Yeah.
This is funny. I'm gonna point out a lot of things in my basement right now.
I brought my tent. It's going to be in your lawn.
I
Awesome.
pitched my tent a long time ago.
When my dad
as soon as I
moved
walked
in,
into the basement, I pitched the tent.
nice. Me too. When my dad moved in, he brought this chair. This is his chair.
Okay, first of all, I love your respect for family and your father. Like, is your father still around?
Yeah, he's upstairs.
Are you serious? Your father
Yeah.
lives here.
Yeah.
Okay, super cool.
He that's also his other couch. We have a very weird relationship because I'm one of 5 kids, and he wasn't around like a lot when I was young.
Older or younger?
I'm the second of 5.
So you're older.
Yeah, I guess. So I have a sister that's 2 years older, a brother that's 2 years younger, a sister that is 8 years younger, and then a brother that's 10 years younger.
Are they all the same mama?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's shocking
That
in
is-
in
yes.
Oshawa.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
Whitby.
we weren't from here. Whatever.
That's a Brooklyn thing.
No, I just moved here.
I'm trying to give you
some
an
credit.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
They don't
Well-
have the stars on the garage door or
No.
the garage door.
No,
half
but
open.
so your mother and father are still together.
No,
But they were throughout this
Yes.
like birthing.
They only
process.
split up like a couple of 2-3 years ago, and
What a shame, man.
yeah,
Beautiful
my
family and
my dad is dying of liver cancer right now.
no way.
Yeah, so he doesn't come down here a lot.
Is there
because of
anything you could do for him? Like, is there a homeopathic thing? Like,
well, I can't give him my liver.
no, but
That's for goddamn sure.
but I've seen some shit though where
Yeah.
you could have like a shot of like olive oil, lemon juice, and like fucking cayenne pepper, and it'll like cleanse your liver.
So he's been overly sober for about just over a year now.
That'll stop the process from
Right.
getting worse, but
Right.
we want to heal it.
So he definitely takes as many supplements as I can throw his way.
So you're on the homeopathic journey,
Myself personally, no, I'm in the destructive journey right now.
but you're trying to help him on the homeopathic.
Yeah, he's understood that there's other ways of dealing with it, and he's always doing some things that are good for him. But I mean, he's on the list for a transplant right now.
Okay,
Like, it's as bad as that.
but that'll save his life if he gets one.
Yeah, and I have a sister who's 28 that's volunteered to give him half her liver
And
too.
they'll both survive if she.
Oh
does
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Let's
and
go. Let's go.
yeah. So that's what I'm living with in this house right now.
Does he have is he crucial? He needs it sooner than later, or does he have some time?
No, I think there's a good shred of time that he's able to be in right now, and he's very present in our family and productive, and drives my girls to school.
Wow.
He's up and active, and
See, that keeps him alive, man. Being a part of your kids, like his grandkids, like that.
Yeah.
That gives him a reason to live. He's not to do well, man. He's not to pull out of this. And honestly, the way technology is gone, they could grow a heart, liver,
Yeah, I
any
know.
fucking organ in a petri dish, and they take your cells, so
Yeah.
your body will accept it.
Yep.
And they have this technology. They could take his cells, grow in a petri dish, grow him a new liver. They don't need a transplant from somebody else. They'll grow from his cells his liver.
Yep.
I don't know if we need the money for it, whatever. And if we do, let's donate, start a GoFundMe. But we could save this and prolong his life. Like we have this technology.
he's not at the point where it's gonna be
But let's do it now, and then he can fucking live.
Yeah, and you know what? It's good that he's getting up and taking your girls to school and stuff like that,
yeah.
because
purpose gives you longevity.
And here I am destructing my own liver in my fucking basement.
yeah, I know, me too. But like my mom's having a hard time walking now, and
Yeah.
it's to the point where she doesn't walk. She uses a walker.
We're
and
living longer than we ever have in the past.
Bullshit.
My mom-
actually.
You
my
don't think?
mom.
No, actually, do you realize that they pulled out our genes? Apparently, this is the story I heard, is that we used to live 3 times as long, and that was a problem in the early population control. They actually we already all have alien DNA, and now we're fucking instead of living to like 300 years old, we have a maximum life expectancy of 120 years.
300?
Yeah.
We used to live to 300 years
Yeah,
old?
like in the Mayans, the Egyptian
the
days.
fuck?
Yeah, no,
I don't know if I want to live to 300.
that was a problem and an issue before, which is why we've been altered. But like, this is going back. If you look at our texts, man, it only goes back a couple hundred years. It doesn't even cover this shit.
How old would you want to live if you had a choice?
I don't know if I want to live past 100.
Right.
70,
like to-
70 sounds good to
Let's
me.
start
Yeah.
fresh.
I mean,
Let's
right?
end it, start over. Which
I mean-
is probably why like Chester Bennington and fucking
Fuck,
Chris
Chris
Cornell.
man, shit, yeah.
But you know what? They were going to start that documentary of fucking
Yeah.
like the whole child fucking
Child pornography ring and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
heard-
know.
I
And
heard
they
about that.
mysteriously died.
I'm 43 and I'm already getting tired.
Man, I got gout.
and you're taking turmeric and shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
I mean, I'm taking supplements to make life better.
Like
But-
how the fuck am I gonna make it to 100?
Here's the thing. I don't
Right.
want to like constantly decay until the time I'm 70. I just want to be like okay until I'm 70 and then drop fucking dead.
That'd be great.
Like if I could see my son get married and
Yeah,
maybe
that would
have
be
like,
nice, right?
have a kid,
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, peace out.
It's funny to think about how our parents were when they were 40 and 50. And like
They looked way older than us now.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, you got a green fucking mohawk.
Yeah, you still
And you look like
the-
you're 15.
I look at my grandparents' photos when they were like almost my age. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
And they have gray hair and they're all like saggy skin and wrinkly.
Oh, damn, man.
And it's like, oh my God. Like well, maybe like.
You've seen my dad pretty recently.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, he's not even that fucking gray yet.
No.
It's a wonder, like, he's fucking dying up there of liver cancer.
But I can show you pictures of my grandparents when my parents were like 35
yeah.
and I was 15
Yeah.
and my grandparents were like 60.
When
And
you
they
and
were,
me
like,
and your brother go
old.
out to the bar, they always confuse him for the older brother.
Always,
Yeah.
always, always. All
That's
the
because
time
you
at
have
work.
a fucking snake bite piercings and a green mohawk.
They think
Yeah.
they think Dustin's older than you.
Yeah.
All the
Oh, yeah. Oh,
time.
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
Oh,
Even
always,
even
yeah.
before I had the snake bite piercings and the green mohawk.
Shit, eh?
Because Dustin works in sales and he always dresses
It's
nice.
the smile, man. No, and that the laugh, like you.
Me and Dustin laugh the exact same.
That's
you
true,
do
they
actually,
do,
and you
they
even
do.
sound the same. Actually,
Yeah.
I remember on the podcast, you're
For
like,
sure.
"This is gonna be hard to differentiate
Yeah.
between Shane and Dustin."
And that's when Dustin was like, I'll just talk like this.
no, it
Yeah,
is
I
the
told-
mohawk. You're right.
I
Yeah.
told him after I met him for the first time when I came to your house last year for the
For the
party that you
Matt
came
Rocks.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a beauty.
And I was like, the second time I met him, I was like, dude, the first time I met you, I thought you were gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
I just straight up thought you were gay. Like,
yeah.
you're way too fucking smiley for a guy of your age.
Yeah.
You're fucking clean shaven and you're like clean.
Yeah.
You're gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, he's actually hosting an open mic right now at the Bitmore.
Yes,
I know.
is,
He
man. He's
invited
living
all of us to
hard.
come out, and
I know.
If I wasn't here, I'd be there.
I know. Same.
Yeah, yeah.
We were all like, yeah, we have a podcast that night. Actually,
Yeah, I know.
So
I was actually wondering, Shane, why is Dustin doing a open mic on the same night as your podcast?
he's already been a guest too many times on our podcast. so
Yeah.
he's not invited back, so he had to do something with this Thursday.
No, but
I'm
you know
joking.
what? He actually did say previously before opting into an open mic night, he said he really wanted to just come and be a visitor to watch tonight's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He wanted to be here.
If Dustin was here, I would be. You wouldn't be able to handle me because
He wanted
I
to
feel
be-
the energy.
He
Like,
wanted
so
he
funny.
wanted to be a heckler in the background.
I
When-
love that.
when-
I
when
would
we-
love that.
When we have 4 people,
Yeah.
here, it's actually so hard to manage on the computer because, like, right now we have 3 of us, and this is
Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah.
And then we have like one outside audio track for like playing music or whatever. But when we have 4 people, which we did once or twice, I have to like be like a fucking telephone operator with
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
all
yeah.
the fucking microphones and everything.
Hey,
It's just
Dave's
like-
not on. Plug Dave back in.
yeah, it's just
Why you
trouble.
clipping? Stop clipping.
All right.
Ugh.
So, going back to
You have a tune?
yeah. You were talking about your parents, kind of abandoning you for a bit when you were trying to follow your dreams. And I felt the same way going through me trying to follow my dreams. Johnny, am I hooked up here?
Yeah. Look.
I'm on Wi-Fi.
Yep, you're good.
Or Bluetooth.
Yep.
I just wanted to play, since we need some more CanCon, we're going to go back to Sum 41.
Yes.
This is Sum 41, Walking Disaster, on punkrockdadcast.com.
We're here to represent. We're still right in the face of the establishment. And I don't believe
All right, and we're back.
And we're back.
So we were just actually sitting here talking about growing up, name changes, different, you know. I don't know if Matt's comfortable or Johnny's comfortable or anyone's so comfortable about, you know, just.
Oh yeah, my fucking stage name over here is Johnny Zero,
Yeah.
but my legal real name is, and I hope everybody hears this for the sake of identity theft, Edmund John Patty Jr.
Yeah.
And on some of my college certificates, it says Edmund John Jr. Patty, like I'm not a fucking discount hamburger. But, you know, I mean, I have to live with it.
Yeah, and I was just saying how my middle name's actually Steven.
Ha!
Yeah. Yeah.
Check it.
After my dad. His first name's Steve, which is Steven as well. And
Apparently, my real name is Steven,
not Matt.
not Matt.
Not Matt.
I didn't even know my name was Matt till I was 17.
My whole introduction to your life is a lie.
It's a fact. And everyone who's met me before you knows me as Matthew, Matt, Matty. And every one of my friends, like I had 1,000 friends named Matt growing up. It was a Matt thing. Like, hey, Matt. We were the M&M. Like, we were always.
Right.
Did you guys have a fight one day at the pier where you all got together and fought for the name Matt?
I lost. And it became Steven.
I saw this Facebook thing once. It was like somebody invited 1,000 Joshes to come and meet up at the pier. And it was like the winner gets to be Josh.
Oh, yeah.
What did the loser get?
Chad.
Nameless, endless, nameless.
Chad.
Yeah. Or it was like that time you had when we had
Herpes.
yeah. No. When we had Dusty on the show and you were like talking about the other guy, I think Brand who was it?
Oh, yeah.
Dusty.
Dusty Brandon.
Because he was Dusty.
Yep.
And Dusty was like, no, he can have it.
Yeah.
Because he's Dusty.
We have two Brandons in my band, and one's Uncle Dusty, because
And then Uncle
if you
D.
slap him on the shoulder, he's fucking Dusty.
Yeah.
And then Uncle Fresh, because if you slap him on the shoulder, he smells good.
Yeah. But Uncle D is Uncle D.
Well,
So there's many names going around. But anyway, all these street names, I've been, if you haven't already checked out Home Street Home, which was a Broadway production by Fat Mike from NoFX. It's a really awesome Broadway production.
I haven't seen it yet, but I know you sent me the link and I want to.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring up the fact that Green Day did it first.
NoFX did it better.
Okay. How do you justify yourself?
Because I haven't watched the Green Day one.
That's a good.
All right. I'll make you a deal. Okay? You watch the Green Day one this week,
And you watched the NoFX
and I'll watch
one.
the NoFX one.
Okay.
I also love NoFX, so I will absolutely do that.
Okay.
But I don't love NoFX as much as you love Green Day.
Right. So we're going to both be biased.
I thought
Right.
you
Biased.
loved Green Day better. Than
I
NoFX.
definitely do.
Yes, and I definitely love NoFX more than he loves
So
Green
this
Day.
is the whole crisscross.
So
So I will
we're going to get
post.
together next week and talk about this.
I will post both Broadway performances on our website, and we will let our listeners.
Are we talking about good as in public reception? Or are we talking about good as in a very subjective way of you and I looking at things?
Subjective. How do you feel?
Well, you find me the Green Day one. I have the NoFX final.
I'm happy to talk about this.
I am too.
And you know what? The clip that you sent me the other day of, the chick blowing the dude for the first time and getting it from behind and singing, that was a very powerful and poignant.
It was, and that was a NoFX song.
Yeah, of course.
And turned
Right,
into Broadway.
right. And I don't think the subject matter was necessarily that X-rated in the Green Day American Idiot on Broadway. But I've seen American Idiot on Broadway 2 times, once in New York on Broadway and once here in Toronto. And I actually tried out or auditioned for that,
Yes.
which was cool. I didn't get it.
Did you do it from behind or?
I did it from in front. I stood there with my the guitar that's on that wall over there, and I sang a Thrice song.
Thrice.
Yeah.
Artist in the Ambulance?
Actually, it was.
You're giving Eminem credit now.
Yeah, I know. It was Stare at the Sun.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't get it.
No
But
way.
I mean, obviously, I'm not cute enough. But anyway, I want to check out that NoFX one because it's like Rent on steroids.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've seen like what you've sent me of it, and it definitely looks gritty and cool.
It's
and,
super cool. The lighting, everything.
But like, it's crazy. Like, I feel like you have to be a punk to understand that. And when it comes to like
a punk or a street kid
right,
or anything
when it comes
like
to shows
that.
like Rent and it's like gay and AIDS and everything, it's like you have to be a bohemian.
Yeah.
And of that type of right. It's not necessarily a punk like mentality when you go and watch a show like that, but
can you
punks
really,
can understand it.
Can you really classify like NoFX and Green Day in the same genre? Like, isn't one indie and one's mainstream? Like, how do you compare
they're
them
both mainstream classified as punk.
I don't think
I
NoFX
think-
is mainstream.
No.
Green Day definitely is.
Okay.
No, but at one point in the time of their life, they were both the same.
Is this when the movies were constructed?
No,
No,
not
one
at all.
was done in like 2007, and one was done like what 2019. This NoFX one.
NoFX was just a couple of years
Recently,
ago.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they both come from the same era, same genre, same ideas.
Sure.
I feel like it was a little bit inconsistent of NoFX and their fans to criticize Green Day for being sellouts for doing a fucking Broadway show when Mike became transgender or cross
Yeah.
and then did the
Because
exact same
there
fucking
is a
thing in his wake.
there is a lot of transgender stuff going on in this Broadway, for sure.
And you know
and-
what? I'm willing to absolutely look at it and
And
watch
it's really good. It's really well written.
Right.
And
I mean, we respect a lot of artists like Laura Jane Grace and
of course. And it's beyond that. It's looking at the poor people that can't get by. It's people that get kicked out of homes and can't afford living, or even parents that can't survive, or adults that can't afford rent, having to live on the streets with all this inflation and rent. And it's like, holy shit. Like,
dude, I'm about to not be able to afford my rent too.
Is this where I'm headed? Like, I watch this and I'm like, oh, okay, is this where I'm headed?
Yeah.
Like,
Do you guys realize that income tax was supposed to be a temporary thing? First World War, they implemented it to like fund the Great War, the First World War, and it just stuck around. And no one said no, I don't want to pay income tax, but we should have, like back in 1949, said, yeah, that was a nice idea, government, income tax, but we already pay tax on everything we spend. Why we're gonna pay it on everything we make and get double taxed? But here we are in fucking 2023, paying tax on everything we make and everything we spend.
Now these are the
Fucking
kind
bullshit.
of things that I really like to talk about.
Let's go, Johnny.
Johnny,
hey, how you doing?
I mean,
let's go, because I just woke up. Let's
it's
go.
brutal,
Tax sucks.
dude. It's like you
Double
make.
tax.
I mean, and you and I are
self-employed.
Self-employed.
So I think
It's a
I
little
might
bit
have hit a
different for
nerve.
us.
Oh, I just hit a nerve.
It's a little bit
Johnny's
different
awake.
for us.
Let's go. I
mean,
gotta get a Jaeger bomb.
For a guy like Shane and for a girl like my wife, you make an hourly amount.
Sure.
You're taxed on that amount,
And
then
Everything you
the
spend.
amount that you spend on everything that you spend is also taxed because you're paying 13 fucking % HST on everything that you buy.
so what are you left with?
Fucking 50% of your wages.
If
44% of your wages if you're actually lucky.
Is that nice?
No?
And what does the government do with that 50% of all of our wages?
Who
Gives
fucking
it
knows?
away to other countries or
Yeah.
waste it on projects that don't get fucking finished or, like.
Oh man, we can go into hours and hours of details about
Yeah.
that
for
particularly,
sure. Yeah,
and how
yeah,
misspending
yeah.
is, terrible, especially within our country. But more for me, it's like I'm really lucky and glad that I can write the things off that I can write off as a business owner myself, and I'm very, very lucky to be considered among those that can have that flexibility of income. And my wife still is a nurse, and she's probably at the fucking bottom of the totem pole with all the types of people who enter that industry. And it sucks because she makes decent money, but she's probably taxed a fucking third of it before she even leaves the building.
Fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
Speaking
do
of, do you have any gout medication?
I do. You need some?
Maybe.
I have 3 kinds. What do you need?
I don't know.
I have indomethacin. I have allopurinol.
Yeah, and your Meister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
the
do it.
opposite of it. But yeah, man. I mean, she's a champion for all things health, and I really respect her opinions on what we need as a society to move forward and to help us through these dark times. And
Oh, fuck yeah. She's a frontline worker. I respect the shit out of that, and I give her kudos. I wish I met her tonight, but she came
I
down
tried to call
here.
her down, and she yelled at me.
Well, at some point, I will meet her, and I will give her a fucking hug.
Absolutely.
And, give her kudos. So I appreciate it.
For sure. We had one guest on, and she brought down a plate of tea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Galen. Yeah.
Galen. Yeah, right.
One of my electrician buddies, and he came and we had a nice tea that night.
Yeah.
And I was being totally sober that night as well.
Yeah,
and
because he
fucking
didn't
tea
drink
really totally hit
either,
the
so
spot.
she brought down a nice thing of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have sober nights. This
Yeah.
wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
As you can hear from us burping every 15 seconds.
Well,
So-
But it's 11:59. I think we're going to pretty much wrap it up for the night.
So yeah, I was
You wanna
just
play
gonna
a tune?
play. I was gonna play that one song I had you queue up.
Oh, yeah.
This was going back to me and Maddie.
Home Street Home.
Oh no, yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, right. Where my life might be headed.
And we'll save that for another episode.
Right,
Here's
right.
2 minutes and 16 seconds worth of, it says by Urban Campers.
Yep.
So
Urban
it's-
Campers.
It's not.
It's Urban Campers, Home Street Home. It's a play written by Fat Mike from NoFX.
Cool.
and-
Cheers, everybody. And thank you, Matt, for coming on the show tonight.
Hey, man, to be continued. Thank you.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Cheers.
Thanks, Maddie.
Ciao.